Hey guys, Martin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so Dokkan Twitter over on JP, still no global as far as I know, have posted the details for TEQ LR BROLY. Shout out to Goresh for the translations. I still can't believe that we are getting to the point, like the whole point of the worldwide celebration, not only is it a same time celebration on both versions anyway, but the games are supposed to be synced after this, but we're still at a point where global is not posting these details in English. They're just getting posted on the JP Twitter, and then we have to wait for somebody to translate them for us, which I think is ridiculous, but it is what it is. So shout out to Goresh, TEQ LR BROLY EZA. This is hugely anticipated. I know this is something that the community has been waiting for a very long time. I haven't read these details before bringing them up on the screen. I just literally saw Goresh's post, set this up to record. So I'm going to be going through the details here, but also obviously experiencing them for the first time myself. So let's hope that after INT BROLY's EZA, which many people consider to be a fumble, that this guy will be good. I think INT BROLY's EZA is okay, like decent, maybe even a little bit underrated, but he's certainly not as good as we would have liked. And TEQ BROLY, this guy's EZA has been anticipated for so long, so let's see what he is going to be doing now. So his leader skill, he's an old school yellow coin LR, so he had a 4 key and 130% leader skill. It goes up to 150. He also has extreme tech with 100%, and both of those are 4 key. I mean, at the end of the day, we wouldn't expect the leader skill to be anything too crazy, so I'm not too worried about that. Resurrected Warriors is always a weird leader skill for Broly. Even though he's on the category, it's certainly a weird leader skill for him. So let's see his super attack details. So the 12 key super post EZA raises attack for 1 turn, does colossal damage, and greatly lowers enemies' defense. So they've basically added raise attack for 1 turn and increased the defense lowering. So not necessarily a bad super attack effect, but obviously very noticeable, no defense raise. And then the 18 key is greatly raise attack, raise defense for 1 turn, and cause mega colossal damage and massively lowers enemies' defense. Now, obviously I would always trust Goresh's translations. We know he's like fluent in Japanese, but sometimes the wording in the tweet is weird or whatever. He's put this here as greatly raises attack and then separated by a comma. So what that would imply is that his 18 key super does infinitely stack attack, and then it greatly raises defense for 1 turn. So that, if that is the case, that's obviously very, very good. Infinitely stacking his attack and then the 50% defense raise on 18 key super. His passive, key 3, attack and defense 200%. So yeah, before he had no start of turn, it was all on super, right? 90%. So now he has 20% start of turn, or sorry, 200% start of turn, gains an additional attack and defense 120% when performing a super, plus an additional attack and defense 120% if it is an ultra super. Damn, so he gains 240% attack and defense on super attack. So on super attack buffs are multiplicative. So now that he has 200% start of turn, that means, just to pull a number out of thin air, but if he's at like say 300k defense start of turn, that means when he does an 18 key super, he's going to get an extra like over 600k because he's getting 240%. So he's going to be getting close to 750k defense on super. So post super, his defense is going to be really, really good. Gets an additional attack 50% when hitting an enemy or attacking an enemy who's in attack down or defense down, which, I mean, that is somewhat relevant now, right? A lot of bosses can be attack lowered. Get 3 extra key and launch an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super when facing 1 enemy, and then 5 key and a guaranteed additional super when facing 2 or more enemies, and then transform when conditions are met. Now we know that with EZAs they can't change active skill effects or conditions, so his transformation condition will be the same as it was before, which, if we take a look, I'm looking in the game here, it's just literally from the 4th turn. So you can transform straight away from the 4th turn. Is it start of battle or from his 1st turn? Start of battle, so that is good. Wait, is it? 4th turn from the start of... Yeah, it is of battle. Yeah, okay, good. So once he transforms into Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. His 12 key super is raise attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage, and greatly lowers enemies' defense. So having the attack and defense raise is obviously very good. And the 18 key is greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, mega colossal damage, and massively lowers enemies' defense. So he greatly raises on the 18 key. And then let's see, his passive, key +4, attack and defense 220%, gets an additional 120 and perform an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super when performing a super. Additional attack 166% and guard activated against all attacks and extreme class allies chance to perform a crit 6% for 2 turns if it is an ultra super. So instead of gaining a bunch of extra defense, which I guess is because he gets a defense raise on his actual super attack effect, so when you're doing the 18 key super, he gets a much bigger attack raise but doesn't get any extra defense. But then he activates guard and gives all extreme allies, it's random, it's only 6%, but 6% crit chance for 2 turns. That's interesting. So guard, obviously very good. Gain an additional attack 100% when attacking an enemy who's attack down or defense down. 4 key and an additional super, additional attack that has a great chance to become a super when facing only 1 enemy. And then 6 key and a guaranteed additional super when facing 2 or more enemies. So against 1 enemy, which is obviously the main, you know, difficult content options that we have, you are getting the additional attack that has a high chance to become a super when performing any super attack. So he's always going to get a minimum of 2 attacks in the turn. And then against, well, it's always a minimum of 3, because against 1 enemy, he gets another chance, and against multiple, it's guaranteed. So that means with the God RNG turn, with the hidden potential coming into play as well, he could do 4 super attacks in 1 turn. And I mean, with the 166, especially because he stacks attack in base, so you could, if you wanted to, have an extra turn or 2 in base to stack attack, although I don't think that's probably worth it in the long run. But then once he transforms, you're getting a ton of extra attack on that 18 key super. He has guard, which is very interesting. And then, of course, he has an active skill when transformed as well, which won't change. But that can be activated the turn after he transforms, and it gives him a guaranteed 24 key and a multiplicative 48% attack buff. Which, if you think about that on top of 220% start of turn, 120 when performing a super, plus an extra 166 if it's an 18 key. So he's getting, what, 286% extra when he supers, and then on that turn having a multiplicative 48% buff from the active skill. So he should hit like an absolute truck, especially on that active skill turn, which is interesting. In terms of his overall usability though, like base form, I'd have to see the calcs, but like him having 200% defense start of turn and getting an extra 240% when doing an 18 key super is obviously very, very good. He can get the additional, but he doesn't raise defense. He raises attacks. I mean, his 12 key will still hit relatively hard afterwards as well. So I would say on paper, it seems like he is good. Interesting that it seems a lot better than the INT BROLY anyway. Especially because transformed, he's not going to have as much defense post super though, but then he has guard. So I guess the whole point of like both of these BROLY EZAs really is that they're supposed to be slot 2 units, and you have the TEQ BROLY in slot 1. But yeah, he definitely seems very good. It's one of those things like reading INT BROLY's one, because of the restrictions and stuff, he straight away looked a little bit concerning, and one of those things where we kind of need to see him in game to see whether he would actually be good. But this guy, just from reading his details right off the bat, he seems like he certainly is going to be quite solid, and I can imagine his attacks are going to be incredibly powerful as well. So that is definitely very, very good. And then if we switch over to, we got the in-game view here. We got a bunch of news updates here as well for other stuff coming out in the next couple of days. So, new stage for the Extreme Z area for the movie edition. We are getting the STR Videl EZA, because obviously she is from movie 10 as well. Funnily enough, I link leveled her right before this celebration when everyone was speculating about it being BROLY themed, because I was like, right, do I have any characters from any of the BROLY movies that aren't link leveled? So I link leveled her ahead of time, so she's getting an Extreme Z area. We're getting a new stage for this Devil Awakens event, which obviously currently only has 1 stage. No other information about it other than that we are getting a new stage, but I imagine it will just be versus movie 10 BROLY. And then we're getting new stages added to this story event that the Paragus came from. And it does have a new free-to-play SSR INT Kid Trunks. Now, usually with the worldwide celebration, or the anniversary as well, to be fair, when we get a new mechanic, we get a free-to-play unit that uses that new mechanic. And obviously we've got this weird thing in the files about the Dragon Balls that can appear like on the key field, like as key spheres or something. We still don't know exactly how that works, which leads a lot of people to speculate that the part 2 LR is going to be the Go Bros, right? Because obviously the Dragon Balls do come into that effect. I mean, it's like kind of like the Dragon Balls get used but they don't get used, because it's always been weird at the end of that movie, because like the sky doesn't go dark and Shenron appear or anything like that, but that's the only real reason to kind of explain how Goku manages to appear and actually do the family Kamehameha. But if that is the case, then obviously this free-to-play Trunks potentially will awaken straight away to TUR. Like there'll be a stage to farm the SSR and a stage to farm medals to awaken him, and then his awakened version should have that mechanic, if that is going to be the case. And then obviously Global did get the thing for the next stage of Super Battle Road as well. There's no info in here for the Kid Trunks. JP did post, where is it? JP posted this like screenshot thing of just like, is that just his leader skill? I don't know. 2 key and HP attack and defense 30%. Yeah, that's a basic free-to-play SSR leader skill. So yeah, TEQ BROLY EZA definitely seems very, very good. Hopefully people will be a bit more happier with him than they were with the INT BROLY EZA. But the couple of new events coming out soon. With his details getting tweeted out today, it means the EZA should come out on Tuesday. So I will have a team building guide up on Monday night as usual. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of TEQ BROLY's EZA down below in the comment section. I think he definitely looks very interesting. Attacks-wise, he's going to be doing a lot of damage, especially on that active skill turn. So can't wait to see him actually in-game. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.